Yesterday, I watched AI write a perfect reply to an email that never needed an answer at all. Perfect grammar, perfect tone, perfectly wasted. That's the real inbox problem. Not writing faster, but knowing what deserves a reply, what deserves you, and what deserves nothing. That's the sort we build today. Let's go. Here's the whole method. Sort first, draft second, send only when a human says so. 3 piles. You've got the routine and reversible. AI can draft that. A relationship, a promise, or money on the line. That's something you write. First word to last. AI can help polish it afterwards, but it starts with you. And then there's the third pile, where no reply is needed at all. And honestly, that one is bigger than people expect. Now, let's dig in. For the triage sorter, we're going through 8 examples. 1 call each, and I'm not going to linger. You can always come back through on your own. A newsletter you've never opened? No reply needed. There's nothing to draft. Take it off your plate. A client asking to push a deadline? That's you. Write it. There's a relationship on the line. A calendar invite with no conflict? AI drafts it. The acceptance is routine. An angry reply about a missed delivery? A relationship is on the line here. You write this one. And that's not being overly cautious. That's one of the standing rules you're going to want to set. An internal FYI where you're copied and nothing is asked of you. Nothing to decide, nothing owned. Archive it. Take it out of the mix so it's not adding to the cognitive load you're carrying. A vendor invoice that looks off? You write it. Money's involved, so your eyes go first. A quick factual question you know cold, the kind you could build a knowledge base around, like we did in the first weeks of Foundations. Let AI draft it. It's low stakes. You skim it and send it off. A reference request for someone you used to manage. You write it. That's a promise with your name on it, going somewhere permanent. So when I look at these 8 things, only 3 actually needed a drafted reply from anyone, human or AI. And being able to filter out that noise according to your own rules, set up correctly, that's one of the places AI genuinely helps. Now, before any AI draft leaves my outbox, it goes through the gate. Board checks, and the order matters because voice comes first, grounded in what sounds like me. So first I ask myself if a colleague or a client would feel like this wasn't me. If it doesn't sound like me, it just doesn't go. And that's not being picky. That's the whole point of the sort. It should feel authentic because it's learned from your own artifacts, the ones you taught it. That's what we covered in those foundation weeks. The second thing I think about and ask is, does this actually close out the email? Or is someone going to have to come back around for the real answer? Right? At this phase, correct isn't the bar. Finished is. I don't want to run back and check in on all of this again. I want as much as possible carried to the finish line safely. If I'd have to redo it, it's just not done. Third gate, I just make sure that it doesn't commit money, a deadline, or a promise that I haven't already agreed to. That's a no-go. And that's something we would never let AI do on our behalf, especially not in the early stages. The fourth gate is just asking if it's wrong, what's the worst case? What's your blast radius? We covered that in Foundations as well. Know the impact, and you can experiment in ways that are low risk and high reward. And once you've checked all 4, go. That's your signal. Move it. Here's why this order matters. The thing that erodes trust fastest isn't a mistake. It's the draft that reads as obviously AI, or the draft that's technically fine but leaves the real work outstanding. Neither of those shows up as a factual error, and that's the point. A gate that only checks for mistakes misses both. What you just watched is the fast version. 4 checks, all done. The full version, 5 checks, including one for AI's own leftover template text, plus how to save your approved tone so you're not reteaching it this every day. That's in the toolkit. Prompts, frameworks, the whole build, all in the library. One more thing, and it's the part that actually makes this stick. Everything you just watched works quickly. It survives the week, though, only if it's written into the tool you'll actually open tomorrow morning. You don't want to be re-explaining it from scratch every time. So write the rules once as a single instruction block. The sort, the checks, all of it for your use case. And there are many places it can live. If you're in Gmail, Gemini has a personalization setting. It can save instructions across sections. If you're an Outlook Copilot person, that has draft instructions, plus a pin check for the sort itself. If you're a Claude or ChatGPT user, create a project seeded with a couple of your own real sent emails. That's the voice example that can help ground it. A little farther, a little faster, but safe. Always safe. And remember, none of these tools will learn your job by magic. They follow what you paste. They follow what you share. That's the block on this page. Fill in the blanks and all. If you're watching this as a primer ahead of tonight and something's unclear, that's what the toolkit's feedback link is for. Email us. We'll read them all and pick them up in onward sessions. And one thing we're saying plainly, this isn't about slowing down. It's a short investment of time that, done once, means you can stop redeciding the same questions on every single email. Sort once. Trust the sort. Anchor it in your voice, your governance, your design, so that you can move on with confidence. So that's inbox 0. Sort first, draft second, send only when a human says so. Grab the free scorecard to run this on paper now, or get the full toolkit in the library if you want the whole build. Tonight's session takes the standing instruction block you just saw and actually runs it. And the next flash mission takes the same logic and points it at your calendar instead of your inbox. See you there.